Yesterday's words and friends. One day, one steed, one breath, one try underneath this endless sky. One day at a time, I'll find my way, and at a time, come what may. One day at a time. Yesterday's way I shed and leave, inspired by the love I believe. One day at a time, rise above the grind, finding peace of mind and rhythm we bind. One day at a time, let the music flow, healing the soul, let the good times grow. One day at a time, I take a stand with faith and hope. One day at a time, shine and shine light, yeah. Sunlight cracks the window pane. Another day begins again. Yesterday is done and gone. A brand new dawn, a hopeful song. Anxiety creeps in my head. Worries whisper, fears are spread. But I breathe deep and I will say I face this day, just this one day that we'll see, and I pray to see. One day at a time, that's all I need. Planting tiny seeds of hope and freedom. One day at a time, a step will start, mending my fractured heart, playing my part. One day at a time, the journey is long, but I find strength to be strong. Yeah. One day at a time. So I ask, completing this simple task. Names, world, and friends. The mountain scenes.
On this fishing journey so divine, with every heartbeat feeling love's design. Come together now that the spirit line. In the secret space, our souls will shine. We're here to lift each other, feel the grace within. Celebrate the victories when we begin. Every voice and chorus that the praise is in. A circle of love, the bond will never end. We'll overcome with faith leading our way. Hand in hand, united, come what may. Raise the anthem high, let our spirits sway. In harmony of love, let the music play. Before we begin, let's embrace the light. Gather around, together we'll ignite the spark of hope and the shine so bright. In the circle of love, you're never out of sight. With hands in air, feel the spirit. Ooh, won't you step in, sing? Let's find a groove. Through melodies of faith, we're always improve. Finding purpose, there's nothing we can prove. Praise, word, and friend. That's the element truth I say to Joe. One feel the flow out, never return. We let we can take a praise, word, and friend. Oh, it's just the one for truth that brings the Joe. They say the hallelujah, Jericho, no more. Go to a beach to see this praise, word, and friend. And all, geek in my mind and never produce music. I'm a kind of just the finest. We got my rules. That drum, around that drum. Oh, that drum. That drum, that drum. Praise, word, and praise. Man, through where we get done. This ain't the first time, will be the last time. You're over brilliant Texas. Tell somebody is playing word and friend. Move to the rhythm, let it dance. Gather round, everybody feel the soul. It's the music that can message through happy friends, where the love always shows. Praise, word, and friend. I'm switching to the baby, redirecting. Hey, Lord, I wanna be the last tomorrow. I can't go on until you go. If you wanna come, girl, I can't hold on. I see the living of love, but the guy no fears and stars on the world with healing strength. That's the play dance, that's the pick and roll. We're here to stay. Yo, get the junk on the knees, no stairs high. Yeah, the open spot just singing the light. What they see in your time myself. Was it just in the ground? Yeah, you be your rule. The matter is so will reveal when reach our way being led. Hey, the plan. Make it time for this word is like the rest. In unity and strength, our faith will spread. On the feet of this drum as the spirit's gone. Together we rise on the mountains who fall. From melody and harmony. In the journey of life, the battle's won. Step by step we march in place. The rhythm of love in a sacred place. The rhythm is the hearts in sync. From the way in the streets to the preachers. Some of the stuff in our hands and you get the one. If you find out that it's a man, we let love get to know it. Every prayer, every song makes a mission complete. Let's lift each other up in this circle of trust. How many in love, come follow us. We faith that's the main thing. Hope it's a God, we got the spirit and then we can't be denied. Through every storm and every time we'll stand tall together, side by side. Here to break some bars that don't close while the camp is down. Lay fire, pull a knot. That's so enough, don't serve me. Shine by, you go the run the teeth. I, reverse they cry. Social liberties, boy, I like it. Think kills to that fly. On this strange journey so divine, with every heartbeat feeling love's design. Come together now that the spirit align. In the secret space, our souls will shine. We're here to lift each other, feel the grace within. Celebrate the victories when we begin. Every voice and chorus that the praise is in. A circle of love, the bond will never end. We'll overcome with faith in our way. Hand in hand, united, come what may. Raise the anthem high, let our spirits sway. In harmony of love, let the music play. Before we begin, let's embrace the light. Gather around, together we'll ignite. The spark of hope and the child so burn. In the circle of love, you're never out of sight. With hands in air, feel the spirit. Ooh, hear a step and sing. Let's find a groove. Through melodies of faith, we're always a
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you and you and you too. Let me get myself squared away here real quick. Man, so grateful and thankful to be hanging out with each and every one of you this morning. Come on, do me a favor, just make sure that I'm coming through the way that I need to be coming through. Give me a quick sound check over there. Lori, we see you. Jermaine, we see you. Ann and others. Whitney. Yeah, I see everybody making their way in. What's up, Precious? Good to see you this morning. Come on, everybody, tag, text, and tell somebody. Tell them to come into the space this morning. Fran, what's going on? Good to see you this morning as well. So excited to be hanging out with each and every one of you. Come on. Let's celebrate today. Let's celebrate today. What are you sipping on? What are you sipping on? I'm sipping on some good ginseng tea. Yeah, in my Ways, Word, and Friends mug. Yeah, that's, yeah, why don't you go to www.wayswordandfriends.com and pick you up some swag. You can get you a mug like this, get you a t-shirt, sweatshirt, sweatpants, whatever, backpack, all of that good stuff. www.wayswordandfriends.com. To your health. Oh, that tastes so good. That tastes so good. Now, what I need y'all to be doing is tagging and texting and telling somebody, telling them to come on into the space. I'm going to do the same thing. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and do that? I'm going to give you time to do it. Let's go ahead and get started. Y'all know what it is. It's Ways, Word, and Friends. Here we go.
Ways, Word, and Friends. It's a family affair. Tag a soul in need. Show them that you care. If you're looking to connect with hearts so grand, we're the chorus of love. Come take our hand. Let's go. Wade's Word and Friends. Tag your brother, your sister, in unity we men. Wake up and tell a friend. Wade's Word and Friends is about to begin. Text, tag, and spread the word. Wade's Word and Friends is the new hot space for all things funny, challenging, and creative. So wake up, tag a friend, and spread the word. Tag someone who needs a smile today. So if you want to be a part of something special, we are the space. Let's go, Wade's Word and Friends. Tag someone who needs to hear this and spread the word. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. Let the spirit move. In this house of joy, our souls we soothe. With every beat we're sharing Wade's truth. We're sharing Wade's truth. In this fellowship, our hopes we boost. Bring it down now. Wade's Word and Tribe. Join the movement. Feel the vibe.
Yeah, it's good to be in this space with you all this morning. Really is. Y'all know what we're going to do this morning. We're going to center ourselves in just a moment. Let me just sip on this tea one more time for your help. Go listen to a little bit of music, because that's what we do. I'm going to talk a little bit, and then we're going to invite you afterwards to come in to the conversation. We'll drop the link. It'll give you an opportunity to come in and to share if you care. You don't have to come in on video if you don't want to. Again, once I send that link, you just click on the link and it'll bring you into the green room. If you don't want to come in on camera, just don't turn your camera on. It's all good. Drop in the comment section real quick and just let me know how you're feeling in this current moment. How you feeling right now? How you feeling right now? Go ahead and drop that in the comment section if you don't mind. And I need y'all to be tagging and texting and telling some other folks to come on into the space. We see you, Shug. Good to see you this morning as well. Y'all send up a word of prayer. Audrey, what's going on? Good to see you this morning. Send up a word of prayer for Shakira. Got them migraines kicking off. So let's keep her lifted up. Yeah, y'all go ahead and tag, text, and tell somebody. I'm going to do the same. Make sure if you're over there on the YouTube side, because today we're going out on Facebook on my personal page, Rodney Wade. We're going out also on Facebook on the Wade's Word and Friends page. We're going out on YouTube, Wade's Word and Friends. And we're going out on Twitch as well a little later. As I often say, we're going to go drop some content on Instagram and on TikTok. If you have not subscribed in all of our platforms, why don't you take a moment and do that? It don't cost you nothing. It don't cost you nothing. It don't cost you nothing to do that, right? So just click on, click and subscribe. Ain't no charge to it. Just happy to have you, connecting with us, being a part of what it is that we got going on. All right, we see everyone. We see some challenges folks are facing. Okay, I'm seeing that. It's always that kind of changing of the weather, going from summer to fall, that change of weather, those different things that, start to crack out, that start to, jump up on us and everything like that. Lori, thank you for dropping the information for you to participate, not just spectate. Why don't you go ahead and support us? Lori has dropped it in the comment section. I'm going to drop it on the banner as well. We only ask $15. If you can do that, go ahead and support us in that way. All right, I'm looking at the comments, seeing what's going on with everyone. Precious says she's feeling a little overwhelmed. Okay. Folks are saying they're praying for Kira. Okay. Lori says she's feeling good. Got a little bit of sinus pressure. Okay. Suge says she's feeling great. Okay, that's good to know. Good to hear. I hear you. All right, Aisha, you're in the place. All right, friend, thank you. Just caught that when I went back and looked. Come on, keep those comments going. Want to know how you're feeling this morning. All right, prayers up for Krishana. Okay. Okay. Praying for her healing as well, her journey of healing, because we're all on a journey. We're definitely all on a journey. Yes, we are. All right. I see you all. Come on, everybody, real quick, because we see one another. And you see the comments just like I see the comments. So why don't we just real quick, like, take a quick breath, deep breath. Come on, breathe it in with me. Breathe it in. Blow it out. I really feel like we need to take another strong breath. Get in a comfortable position. Doesn't matter where you are, in your living room, in your bedroom, in your kitchen, sitting on your sofa, your recliner, whatever. Come on. Get comfortable. Take that deep breath with me. Breathe it in. Blow it out. Yes, that feels amazing. Because sometimes we just need to learn how to breathe. Especially when life begins to life. Breathe. And as you breathe, begin to push away the negativity. Push away the doubts and the fears. And really begin to center yourself on the things that are really important. Like your peace. And I'm believing for each and every one of you that you might walk in what has been promised. That peace that passes even our own understanding. That peace that gives us the assurance that all will be well. That peace that declares it's not over. That your best days are still ahead. That peace that says, I will not regret my regrets. The peace that says, I serve a big, big God. Yeah, peace, a peace, a peace. Come on, push away that negative energy. Begin to allow His presence and His power, His passion, and His purpose for your life to take hold. Yeah, we're canceling out debt and disease even right now. And we're declaring healing. Healing over our bodies. healing of our minds, healing of our spirits. Yeah, I'm healed and you're healed and we're healed. Come on, breathe that in. Believe that. Breathe it out. Yes, I'm healed and you're healed. We're simply declaring today that there is nothing too hard for our God and nothing too hard for us. Yeah, we're declaring today that we are in fact overcomers. So I want you even right now to dream big. Yeah, dream big, dream big, dream big. Come on, speak it over your life. I have purpose. Power has been manifested in me, that I can speak to those things that be not as though they are. That faith acts like a thing is so, even when it is not so, that it might be so. So sickness has no power over me. Yeah, we're believing by faith, Lord, that sinus is moving away, that sinus issue is moving away. We're believing by faith even right now for Shakira that migraine is poof, gone. We're believing by faith for anyone who's listening even right now, the faith challenges that you have been experiencing, that not only does God have the capacity to heal, but just like he told Paul, my grace is sufficient even in the midst of this, even over this, even through this. So we're declaring healing. We've declared peace. Now let's declare joy. A joy that is beyond my circumstances and my situations. Yeah, joy, joy, joy. Joy that is beyond my circumstance. Yeah, joy. Joy that is beyond my problems. Let's believe for that today. In his name. I don't know about you, but I'm just grateful to be here with you all. Your energy, my energy, his energy, his power, his might is our source of strength. Yeah, will you believe that today? Will you stand in agreement with me on that today? One last breath, one last breath. Let's breathe it in. Breathe it out. Yeah. I'm all right. I feel all right. I hope you feel all right. Yeah. Yeah. Big ups to everyone. So yeah, today we've been running Had to get Tate to football practice this morning on Monday. Trying to get us settled today. Come on, everybody, just show some love in the comments section. Encourage somebody, anybody, just find a name and encourage them this morning. I just feel like folks need to be encouraged this morning. So go ahead and just send somebody a kind word, an encouraging word. Pop and find somebody in the comment section and just send them an encouraging word. Say something nice. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Say something nice. Don't have to be all churchy and all of that stuff. Sometimes a nice word. You know what I mean? Yeah, just a nice word. Yeah, there it is. That's what I'm talking about, Lord. Yeah, send out that encouragement. Come on, everybody in the comment section. Don't hide yourself. Go ahead and encourage somebody else. It's always good when you can share, when you can encourage somebody else, not just simply always want an encouragement for yourself, right? So find a name, find somebody, and just keep it real. Keep it real. I know some of y'all want to go in y'all like churchy bag, but sometimes somebody just needs a kind word, an encouraging word, just an acknowledgement that they're here and that they matter. Yeah, that they're here and that they matter. So go ahead and do that for me if you don't mind, if you will. Please, ma'am, please, sir, go ahead and do that. Encourage somebody. My God is big.
They said you gotta fit the mold. Do as you're told. Be bought and sold. Your questions ain't allowed in here. Just nod your head and live in fear. But I heard a whisper in the wind. A gentle voice calling me in. So love that knows no earthly creed. Planting seeds of liberty.
My God is bigger than your religious dogma. Higher than your doctrines. Wider than your law, yeah. He breaks the chains. He sets the captive free. His love, it runs deeper than what you're telling me. So let the walls come tumbling down. A new anointing all around. My God is bigger, yes he is. Bigger than your religious dogma.
In the streets where hope is scarce, I feel his grace. It's a sacred purpose. Voices clash, but I stand tall, united in a love that conquers all.
They try to box him in with rules, but his spirit break the chains of fools. So I rise above the noise and doubt. With every heartbeat, I scream it out. I do it to get soul up the track, but we not have the breaks and gotta reach. Oh, I gotta right in your heart when you die, but it's all the sun. The Lord Jesus.
Yeah. From generation to generation, spirit calls for revelation. Beyond the books, beyond the page. He's writing freedom on this day. He ain't confined the steeple high. His glory fills the open sky. He's in the laughter, in the tear, casting out all doubt and fear.
Bigger, oh so much bigger than what they told ya. Can't hold him back now. Free, set me free from the rules and regulations. He's the God of liberation. Yeah, my God is, he's so big. Can't put him in a box. No, no, no.
Yeah. Wade's word and friends.
Oh, my God is bigger than your religious dogma. Higher than your doctrines, wider than your law, yeah. He breaks the chains, he sets the captive free. His love, it runs deeper than what you're telling me. So let the walls come tumbling down. A new anointing all around. My God is bigger, yes he is. Bigger than your religious dogma.
Yeah. Yeah. They like. Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
I do it to the soul. Check when I have the breaks and I reach. Oh, when I got it right in your heart. When you die, but it's all the sun. The lick Jesus, Jesus.
Come on.
My God.
Yeah, my God is bigger. My God is bigger. Let's get to it. Let's get to it, y'all. Let me change out these glasses. Let's get to it. Laura, if you don't mind, put in the comments section. I want you all to read Genesis chapter number 37. Genesis chapter number 37. You can just read it in its entirety if you don't mind. Yeah, go ahead and read that. Yeah, read it in your entirety. Genesis chapter number 37. Today I just want to talk about dream big, dream big. Yeah, if you don't mind, Genesis 37, read it on your own time. Let me find some good talking music. Let me see if I can find something. Yeah, I think that's right. Let me see what this is. Yeah, let's go with that one. I think it's fitting for what I want to talk about today. Because what I want to talk about today is both deeply personal and it's universally human. How we go from the journey of dream to bring it into reality, if you will. Come on, don't look at me strange. You're in the back of the room. Come on to the front. Because we all have them, right? We all have these big, audacious ideas that flutter in our mind, right? Maybe for somebody in this space, it's like you on the journey of starting your own business. Somebody else in this space, it might be, hey, I decided I want to write a book. Somebody else has just kind of taken up starting the new adventure of mastering a new skill. You know, you went back to school and, you know, you're trying to master a new skill. But your dreams have to move from simply being dreams to moving them towards actually becoming reality. You know, how do we bridge that gap? How do we take the thoughts of the mind, picture them in such a way in our mind that ultimately they become a real, intangible thing? Because I really believe that old saying of the old saints of God said it, I believe it, that settles it. That I can, in fact, speak those things that be not and cause them to be. You picking up what I'm putting down this morning? And when we look at Genesis chapter number 37, when we see what's happening in the life of Joseph, he has a testimony. Matter of fact, his testimony is summed up in the words of the poet Langston Hughes. If I'm keeping it 100, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. And like Joseph, if we're honest with God and ourselves, some days can feel like hell. Some days we even want to tell some folks, you know, to go to, don't look at me strange. Don't, I know where I'm going. Stay with me. You see, Joseph has a dream, but his dream causes him to go through some things. See, Joseph ain't at no Starbucks drinking a fancy latte. Joseph, because of his dream, he finds himself in a pit. Yeah, Joseph ain't internet surfing, and he doesn't have access to email, no Facebook friendships, no Netflix and chill, no texting or tweeting. And even for some of y'all, he ain't nowhere twerking. No, his life is in the pits. And here's the thing. He finds himself in a pit, and he's only guilty of two things. First thing that he's guilty of is that he is, in fact, his father's favorite son. Yeah, he's the apple of his dad's eye. And number two, the second thing that he's guilty of is the fact that he is a dreamer. He's his father's favorite son. He's a dreamer. And as a result of that, he finds himself in a pit. His brothers hate him because he's loved. Can I stick a pin in there? His brothers hate him because he's loved. That sounds kind of like an oxymoron. Why would somebody be hating on you because you're loved? And some of y'all in the space right now, you can pick up what I'm putting down because, yeah, folks have been hating on you simply because you're loved. You found favor. You are loved. And not only that, you got big dreams. So Joseph's brothers hate him because he's loved and because he understands the power of our dreams. Can you imagine that? That he is being hated on because he's loved and because they can't handle his dream. Oh, I need to let that marinate a little while for some of y'all. He's loved and he has a dream. And not just any type of dream, but a big dream. Yeah, they can't handle his dream. Why? Because Joseph's dreams disturb the pecking order of his family. So you got to be careful, when you dream, especially when you dream big dreams, because sometimes our dreams disturb folk, upset folk, especially if they don't understand or don't have the capacity to understand, especially if you are loved. And so sometimes you got folk who smile in your face, but all the time they trying to take your place. The OJs called them backstabbers because what? They don't like the fact that you're loved. And they don't like the fact that you got big dreams. Yeah, Joseph's dreams disturbed the pecking order of his family. Because Joseph sees the future and his brothers are mad to the bone because his dreams are, or because he dreams of a different kind of world. Yeah, there's something about dreams. Yeah, that's something about dreams. Dreams will cause you to envision a different type of world. A different way of doing things, a different way of seeing things, a different way of looking at things, a different way of perceiving things, a different way. And what's crazy to me, a lot of folks be talking about doing something different, being different, trying to cultivate things to be different. Many folk only like different if it doesn't cause them to actually have to be different. Y'all ain't picking up what I'm putting down. Let me say that again for the slow folk in the back of the room. Most folk will be talking about different. They only like different if it doesn't affect them. I remember folk used to be telling me all the time, you need to do something different with them, until that difference started to affect them. It meant that they had to do some different things, had to start thinking differently, looking at life differently. Yeah, Joseph dreamed disturb his brothers, but not only his brothers, but others, because he sees a different future in a different type of world. Here's my main point. God gives believers dreams, but the journey to fulfillment is a process. You don't get anything else that I say today. Yes, God gives you and I dreams, but the journey to fulfilling those dreams and walking out those dreams is a process. And I believe that Joseph's life provides coaching in what it looks like to walk out your dream. Because dreaming can be dangerous business, y'all. It might get you into trouble. Dreamers put their life in danger because others always trying to kill your dreams. Yeah. There's a lot of folk out there who be trying to kill dreams. They ain't there to help lift up dreams and elevate dreams, to help to bring dreams to fulfillment. The whole time they looking to kill some dreams. And so Joseph's life provides some coaching on how we can walk out our dreams, recognizing that our dreams are but a journey, but the fulfillment comes throughout the process. Because I've learned a long time ago, everyone will not understand your dream. Not everyone can handle your dreams. Not everyone, like Joseph's brothers, wants your dreams to come true. But in spite of all of that, you keep on dreaming. You keep on pushing. You keep on believing. You keep on standing 10 toes down in that which you have been purposed for. So why should we dream? We dream because to dream is to live, and not to dream is to die. We cannot continue to long to live if the dream in our heart has perished. Where there is no dream, life becomes a swamp, a dead place. But your dream should be this ever reoccurring melody in the midst of the broken harmony of life. It lives in the inward parts. It's deep within. For as long as you have your dream in your heart, nobody can stop it. Keep dreaming. Keep believing. Keep standing 10 toes down in that which you have been purposed for. So don't just dream, but dream big. You know, some of the ideas that I come up with, folk look at me crazy. They don't get me. They don't understand me because of my capacity to dream, my capacity to see a world that is different, a future that is different. Because I've always subscribed to this notion, your difference makes the difference. And just because you're different does not mean that you are inadequate. And you should never allow folk to bring you down to a level because they cannot handle your greatness. Yeah, because they cannot handle your greatness. I read in the New Testament over there where all those Pharisees and Sadducees kept on coming up against Jesus, trying to kill the dream of this new world, of this new revelation, of this New Testament, simply because they didn't understand his dream, could not handle his dream, did not want to see his dream come to fruition. And simply because Jesus would not lower who he was, simply because they could not handle his greatness. So how do we begin to do it? How do we walk out our dreams? Number one, here it is, write down, and this is a very simple point. Here it is. Number one, you got to recognize the power of a single step. Most of our dreams don't make their way to reality because we don't take this one simple step. And what is that? Get started. Yeah, get started. Don't stress about the size of the step. See, too often we're looking to make a big step when it all starts with a single small step. Get started. Don't be paralyzed, especially if you're somebody like me and you're dreaming big. Don't be paralyzed by the size of the dream. Simply step out to find out. And I discovered in my life when I stepped out to find out, God has a way of working it out for our good. You remember when Jesus comes walking on the water and Peter and all of his buddies are inside the boat, and Peter is the only one who dares to stand up and say, hey, can I come out on that water with you too? He dared to step out to find out, and it all starts with one single step. So never allow the size of your dream to paralyze you from getting started. That's the power of one single step. So if your dream is to write a novel, don't worry about the 80,000 words that you got to come up with. Just start with 500 words. If you're trying to launch a business, don't stress about where the money gonna come from. And the marketing plan. Just make those phone calls. Create that logo. Write down a description of what ultimately you hope is your outcome. It all starts with one simple step by faith. I wonder if anybody in the comment section gonna step out to find out today. Who have the capacity to believe that you can do it. And when you take the courage to take that small step, simple step, you actually give others the encouragement to do it also. Number two. Yes, it starts with that single step. But number two, here it is. You got to embrace the messy middle. Joseph knows something about that. Joseph has a dream. He not only tells the dream to his brothers, and it pisses them off, but then he tells the dream to his father, and his father gets upset too, and it leads to his brothers putting him in a pit. And they ultimately sell him away simply because of his dream. Listen, my brothers, listen to me. If you have a dream, you better learn how to embrace the messy middle. Because what God does, God gives us the beginning, he gives us the end, but the middle is worked out in the trenches. In the midst of messy people, in the midst of messy situations, in the midst of messy funding, in the midst of messy help, you better learn how to embrace the messy middle. Yeah, that's that part that is filled with setbacks, self-doubt, and what feels like endless obstacles. Anybody ever been there? And what I discovered, if you're not careful, if you cannot embrace your messy middle, you'll quit. See, the thing about the passage of scripture where it says that they pass across the Jordan, the most powerful moment for me is there. Pharaoh's army is behind them. The sea is in front of them. But I discovered the Jordan is where you either break down or you pass over. That's what the messy middle represents. It's that moment in the journey of bringing your dreams to reality where you either break down, quit, give up, throw in the towel, or you press your way through. It is in the messy middle where you understand that it's a necessary part of the climb. It is in the messy middle where you discover that every failed attempt is a lesson learned. It is in the messy middle where you discover that every obstacle is an opportunity to get creative and grow. Will you break down or will you break through as you're wrestling with your messy middles? Will you create anew? It is in the messy middle where resilience is forged and where your true character is built. Most people think it's about avoiding failure, but it's really about how you respond to it. Can you change? Can you organically bob and weave in the midst of your messy middle. Will you give up on your dream simply because somebody told you you couldn't do it, or simply because somebody walked away, or simply because somebody didn't have the fortitude to understand what it is that God put down inside of you? See, here is the reality. Most people are comfortable with being comfortable, but dreamers understand their walking on the water is in fact uncomfortable, but you've got to be willing to take that first step, and then also be willing to deal with what happens in the midst of your messy middles. Yeah, Joseph gets put in the pit. Joseph gets sold away. Joseph finds himself in jail. Joseph gets lied on because, one of them pretty fillies wanted to get a little close to Joseph, and Joseph said, nah, I ain't in the mood. She got offended, lied on Joseph, and he found himself in even more trouble. Yeah, the messy middle is where you figure out who you are and whose you are. See, oftentimes what's crazy to me, a lot of times, especially in our context, folk don't realize it's really in the dirt. Yeah. I got it out of the dirt. It's in the dirt. It's in the mess. Where I recognize and realize, yes, I can do this thing, that I can overcome that I can make it through that this thing will not bring me down. This thing will not tear me down, because one, I understand who I am, and then I understand whose I am. So let them go. If they can't handle your dream, let them walk. If they don't have the capacity to walk side by side with you as you navigate through your dream, let them go. If they don't believe what it is that you have been purposed to do. So don't fear the mess. Embrace it as a sign that you are in motion. Let me say that again. Embrace it. See, the mess helps us to understand that we are in fact doing the damn thing. Y'all ain't picking up what I'm putting down. Yeah. It lets you know that you're actually doing something, because you don't get any critics if you ain't doing nothing. You don't get any naysayers if you ain't doing nothing. You don't get any folk who will try to tell you it won't come to pass, it won't happen, if you are not doing anything. You remember when they go to build the wall and all the naysayers show up talking about y'all can't build the wall. If you try to build the wall, if a little animal comes across the wall, it's going to bring the whole wall down. But here's something, hear me now. They couldn't be talking about them folk building the wall had not them folk been building the wall. Preach! I ain't said that in a long time. I'm doing the best I can. See, the mess, as you cultivate your dream, as you build out your dream, it signifies that you're in motion, that you're moving, that you're doing the damn thing. So embrace the messy middle. And then finally, see, some of y'all, I think I done offended y'all because I used the word damn. My bad. We keeps it 100 in this space. Finally, here it is. Finally, you have to understand the importance of community. What do I mean by that? You don't have to do it all by yourself. Find your people. Now, hear me now. Finding your people can be messy too. Because some folk may not be in it for you. They may be in it just simply for the journey that you're on. And as soon as that journey takes a turn away from what they thought it would be, they'll bounce. But that lets you know they weren't your people. Don't matter how long they were hanging around. If it gets to a place where it turns away from what they thought it was, and they bounce, they weren't your people. So you got to find your people. No more so than what David did. David runs away from the king, finds himself in a cave, and he finds all of these cast out individuals who ultimately become his people. So our dreams are not this thing where we got to walk alone or by ourselves. No, find your people who can help you carry the weight. Find people who believe in your dreams, but also believe in you. That's right, Lord. You got to learn how to be, as you press out into your dream, you got to learn how to be happy twice. Happy to see him come, happy to see him go. And your people will struggle through with you. When you stumble, they find a way to help you back up and not bury you. Yeah, your people. Find people who are not just in it for the journey, but they're in it because they want to take the journey with you. And it is a truth. You can't share your dreams with everybody, but make sure that you share your dreams with your people. Because it's going to be your people who are going to help you to bring it to fruition. So don't be talking to me about you being that we peoples, that you my people and I'm your people, but you never share. You never want to talk about what's really intimate and true to you. Don't be talking about we people and the only time that I see you is on a Sunday morning. No, we ain't people. We just pass by. Because when you rockin' truly with your people, they see you and you see them. Yeah, when you're rocking with your people, there is no fear of being authentic and true to who you are. See, if I've got to hide who I am from you, then we really ain't people. You really ain't my people. So make sure that you take that powerful first step. Make sure that you embrace the messy middle. And then finally, embrace your people. Yeah, embrace your people. Because I don't want to be around folk who ain't my people in that way, in pursuit of my dream, in pursuit of your dream. Yeah, so embrace your people. That means embrace one another. That means if you my people, you my people.
Every morning light feels like a new flight. Rise up strong, pushing through the night. We ain't bound by chains of what came before. Step by step, we gonna soar. Mama said, boy, keep your faith strong. In this world we hustle, but don't belong. Connecting souls, no front, no disguise. We rise above hate, no surprise. Living truths in the light of His grace. In the hustle and bustle, we'll find our place. Love unconditional, can't replace. Transparent love, no imitation. Building dreams, no reservation. Ways, word, and friends. If you my people, if you're my people. Ways, word, and friends. What is this? Waves, word, and friends. Reach your people wherever they are in life. What is this? Waves, word, and friends. Sharing the love of God that is beyond ever space. What is this? Waves, word, and friends. Celebrating our connection. If you my people, you my people. What is this? Waves, word, and friends. What is this? Waves, word, and friends. What is this? Authentic vibes, I keep it plain. Love ain't a transaction, it's a journey in a world so cold. We need truth, not faking. Be unapologetically real, no mistaking. Hearts open wide for the love we are making. Spirit intertwined, there's no way of breaking. Being real is my foundation. Harmoniously, no hesitation. Transparent love, no limitation. Building dreams, no reservation. Being real is my foundation. Harmoniously, no hesitation. Transparent love, no limitation. Build a dream, no reservation. What is this? Waves, what is this? Unapologetically transparent and not just transaction. What is this? Waves, word, and friends. Sharing the love of God that is beyond ever space. If you my people, you my people.
Yeah, if you my people, you my people. Hey, we've dropped the link. If you want to pop in and holler at your boy real quick, go ahead and do that. Again, you don't have to come in on the camera if you don't want to. You can just click on the link, come in, and we'll hear you on the audio side. Who's going to hang out with your boy for a few moments this morning. Also, make sure that you're not just spectating, but participating. I'm going to drop that on the link on the banner one more time. The various ways that you can show your support for us today. Again, we only got $15 if you have it. But at the end of the day, whatever you can give, we certainly would appreciate it. Thank you so much in advance for your support. Thank you, Lori, for dropping in the comment section as well. The link is out. Come on in and holler at your boy. Let me know what's good, what's happening with you, what's going on with you. Yeah. Any comments, Quagmire? Anything like that? Yeah. Dreams, turning them dreams into reality. Yes. All right. We got somebody who's going to pop in and holler at us today. I had some music I was working on, but, you know, I'm like Erykah Badu. I'm sensitive about my stuff, so I didn't get all the way there, so that's why I didn't play it. I'll play it next week, maybe. Hey, what's up, Lori? What's going on?
Hey,
What's
I
good?
just want to
What's good?
say I wasn't feeling good today. I wasn't going to get on, but I came on anyway. But I'm glad I did because the word was awesome. And I know how it is because sometimes God will give you people for a season or a lifetime, and sometimes it's not really meant to be. But most of the time it's for us to grow in faith through Him. So sometimes we want to hold on to things sometimes, and it's not worth it. And God said He's moving us to grow and to be bigger and better. Like, and when you tell people your dreams, sometimes there's haters there that want to keep you where they are. So I understand that. And like, we dream big, but then we don't want to dream as big as God has for us, because He has so much more for us that is beyond our imagination.
Man, them some bars, yo.
I ain't got nothing to come back and say on that. That's all rich and good and all of that. You know what I mean? She said that, Whitney, for the folk in the back of the room. That's right. You know what I mean? Appreciate you, Lord. Appreciate your comments and everything like that. Yeah, definitely. I agree with everything that you said. Normally I have some commentary to add, but that was a drop the mic type of moment. You feel what I'm saying?
But it is sometimes too, like when we're in our seasons going down, like that's the most of the time that we seek Him. Not like when we get to the mountaintop, we happy, we praise Him to be there. But we're in the valley, we seek, we hunger for Him, we look for encouragement from people. So I mean, so a lot of times we go through the valley and we think, oh, it's the other person, but God's taking us through to prune us that we might bear more fruit for His kingdom. So
yeah. We want to be like Peter and them. It's good for us to be here.
Just stay here, yeah. And He's saying, no, I got to work for you to do.
That's what we want to stay. But interesting thing about that particular text, they're up on the mountaintop. They want to stay there. But all hell is breaking down at the foot of the mountain. You follow me? Yeah. And so they have to go back and deal with that. And that's our plight. That's our plight. And we miss that. We want to be on the mountaintop, but we don't want to deal with the mess and the messiness, the nastiness of what it looks like to be in authentic and true relationships one with another, to struggle through with one another, right? To really be locked in. You know, if I'm apart, then I'm apart, not this kind of wishy-washy depending on what the weather feel like or what somebody may or may not be saying about the situation. You understand what I'm saying? So our greatest weapons are useful in the mess, not on the mountain. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Our greatest weapons have their most impact in the mess, in the dirt, not elevated, running, shouting, and dancing around the church. No, our greatest weapons are the most useful in the trenches. You understand what I'm saying? And we miss that because, you know, to a certain extent, we just want to be high and lifted up, but we don't want to deal with that everyday individual who's struggling, wrestling with what it looks like to live and be human, and to struggle and to be there and to share and to lift folks up after they've gone through what they've gone through. We don't want to be true to that, because that's really what the work is. That's really, what the calling is all about. And but as Joseph discovered, I got a dream, but his dream led him down paths of messiness. You understand what I'm saying? But through all of that, on the other side of that, he still found a level of reconciliation, forgiveness, if you will, or when his brothers show up on the other side, he does not do to them what they did to him.
No. And he don't look like what he been through.
And he don't look like what he been through. Right. He his dream came to pass, if you will. Yeah. What's up with you?
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Great message today. Embracing, like you said, the first step, like we literally, to build up discipline, you got to take those small steps every day and making better habits, or creating better habits for yourself. So embracing that. And also, like what you're saying about like the messiness, what I've learned in life is that there's always peaks and there's always valleys. What I found, that being in the valley and having a comfort from the Lord, it gives me the most inspiration to know that, joy cometh in the morning. And like you said, a lot of people like to be on a top, on a peak. And it's just like, I found that I don't really get too discouraged anymore when I'm in the valley, because I know that I'm gonna come out. And that's the faith that I have and trusting in the Lord that He will bring me through. So I thank God for that. And I know He has big dreams for me. I'm excited to see what, like you said, even in business, like this is my first year of business, and just seeing like the highs and lows of everything. It's all a learning experience. But you only know that it's only gonna go up from here, because God's gonna bless me with so much abundance, just like He can with all of us. We just gotta dream big, like you said. So I appreciate that message today. And I'm ready to dream big, y'all.
Absolutely. Life is about balance, right?
Yes.
And to your point, you know, I think Paul said something like this. I think it's Paul, but he said, in whatever state I'm in, whether I'm up or whether I'm down, whatever state I'm in, I've learned to be content in that, right? And so we shouldn't use our struggles as a badge of honor. Ooh, we suffering for the Lord. We suffering for the Lord. No, some of that is a part of life. Life just be lifing, and just like with Joseph, stuff happens. Almost cussed. Stuff happens. You understand what I'm saying? Stuff happens. Right? And in those moments, we embrace God even in those moments. Right?
Yeah.
But then when we're on the other side of that, we learn to be content in that. We embrace God on the high side. I think sometimes what we do is we're looking for these far extremes. So over here, if I'm on the upside of things, then folk think that you must be special and all of these things. But when you're on the downside, they like Joe's friends. You must have did something. You must have did something. You know. No. I'm embracing every aspect of my life.
Yes.
Now, what I mean by that is, not every aspect of my life is something that brings about a smile.
Yes.
I know, but in spite of that, the joy that I have, I know whose I am. And I know who I am. I'm discovering more and more who I am, and that, yes, I can handle that, but that doesn't exclude me from going through it. Matter of fact, it's a part of it, right? It's a part of it. And so I think it's balance in that, right? Don't get so swole because you suffering for Jesus. I'm suffering for Jesus. I'm building up my faith muscles. No. Yes, that's a part of life. And then don't get so swole if you just running into blessings. You can't, everywhere you going, it's like rain from heaven, right? All of that is within balance. All of that is within balance, because again, one day you can be like Paul on the top, and the next day you can be like Paul, where you're talking about take this thorn of flesh from me.
Yeah.
And through all of that, what God teaches us is that there is grace for whatever place we are on this journey called life. His grace is sufficient for whether I'm in a season where, blessing upon blessing upon blessing upon blessing, or whether I'm in the season of, man, this is a challenge. This is tough. I'm wrestling with that, or just a season of, you ever been on a plane, right? And you're on that plane, and you get up in the air, and then you're like, okay, I'm finally at the destination, only to hear the pilot say, hey, they're not ready for us to land, so we're in a circling pattern. You follow what I'm saying? You right there over the city you're supposed to be at, it right there to reach, but y'all up there just circling around. Why? Because you haven't been given the go-ahead to land. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So whether I'm in a circling pattern, whether I'm in a season of blessing upon blessing upon blessing, or whether I'm in a season of I'm in the valley, I'm struggling through that. One, I need to have grace for myself in that. Two, I want to have folk around me who has grace for that season of life, whatever season that is. And too often we only have folks who want to be around us in our up moments, but they run away from us in our down moments. And they certainly don't understand us when we are in our circling moments. You follow what I'm saying? When we're circling around, ready to land. So we just gotta, like the writer said, in whatever state I am, I'm learning to be content in that. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, man. I appreciate y'all coming in. Anybody else going to pop in? I see the comments. And Scott says, "Speak that word." Thinks he's talking to you too. Let's see all the emojis and everything like that. Hey, I appreciate everybody. Thank you all for popping in as well on today.
Yes, thank you.
You know what I mean?
Thank you for that great word.
Yeah, certainly appreciate each and every one of you. Listen, we're going to drop some content a little bit later on. All right, we got somebody else who has entered the building. Verlin, what's good? Verlin.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What's on your mind?
The word this morning, it brings back a lot of memories to me from Long Hill Bible Church to Wade's Word and Friends, because we have been so different all the time, and I just love it. And you had your dream, and your dream has come true. And just like you say, a lot of people came, a lot of people left, but we hung in there, and I'm so thankful and glad that I hung in there. And I always had faith in you and in your dream, and I had the same dream that you had and that you have. And I'm just thankful. We had ups and downs. We had been to the mountain. We have been in the middle, but we survived, and we're still here. And I thank God for that. And I thank God for you. And as always, I thank God for that wonderful word. You're my people, and I'm your people to the end. And I just want to say that, and thank you. And you guys up there, Lori and Whitney, you always give them bars. I'm telling you. Thank you. So,
that's right. I know that's
so I love you all, and you have a good day.
I love you too.
Definitely. That's life, right? Ups,
Mhm.
downs,
Yeah.
great moments, but then moments where you're shaking your head like, man, what is going on? But you learn
Yes.
how to, and then how I look at all of this, honestly, one, it's been a passage of purpose for me,
Mhm.
right? From having, and simply similar. If you read the passage of Joseph, right? Joseph gets the dream, and if I'm being honest, Joseph puts a lot of people off with his dream because he did not understand how to handle it early on, right? Simply goes to his brothers and simply says, "Listen, y'all ain't it. I'm over y'all. I'm about to be over y'all." Then he go to his daddy, say the same thing. You know you're gonna be under my feet at some point. You know what I mean? And that's the journey of life. And so I see a lot of Joseph in a lot of us, right? We get
Yes.
something, we don't necessarily know how to handle it all the way.
Mhm.
That's a part of the process. And then you learn as you journey and you start to find your place, and you move from simply being what people want you to be. This is Joseph. You start to move from what people want you to be to move into actually who you are. What has
Yes.
been purposed in you. And sometimes that's a quick turnaround. Sometimes that's a longer journey, right? That's
Yes.
a longer journey. But if you can get to that place, where you stop trying to be what others perceive you to be and actually just walk in your authentic truth,
Mhm.
you'll be where you need to be. And that's what I look at our journey of years gone by, right? Early on, y'all ain't gonna tell me nothing. You know what I mean? Just understanding that, and then also just recognizing even early on, folk who may have been around you actually weren't with you. You understand what I'm saying? And then ultimately to just finding a place where you can be comfortable in acknowledging that, not feeling mad about that situation or angry with folks. It's just what it was. You know what I mean? To actually being grateful because you've actually found your people. You understand what I'm saying? That you're building authentic and true relationships with, and you don't have to be fake and phony with. And so, honestly, that's been the greatest part of the journey for me. And how do I want to say that? And not feeling like you have to be the one who secures the outcome.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I understand who secures the outcome.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Whether we're talking about folks coming to him or otherwise, he is the one who gets that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Gets the glory
Gets the
around
glory.
that, gets the
Yeah.
outcome. And
Yeah.
I no longer feel burdened with that.
Mhm.
You understand where I feel like I have to be the reason why somebody got connected or somebody came. No. He is the reason for that now. I'm just gonna trust him, walk it out, and whoever whosoever comes, cool. I'm comfortable
Yeah.
with that. Irregardless. And I'm not looking for a certain type of person. I'm not looking. Matter of fact, I'm happy with where I am and who's connected to me. To be quite honest, if I'm keeping it 100, if I could go on and on. I'm relieved that some folks are gone. I ain't even gonna front.
Yes.
I'm relieved.
Yes.
I'm relieved.
Ooh, can I just tell you something I talked about last week that you just made to bring it back to me? When we was in the church one day and you was like, those apartments are going to be going. It's going to be new apartments. Remember they had a big thing on the news in the newspaper? And I was like, we just talked about it. I said, my pastor had preached that these was going to be taken up and there's going to be some new apartments before it even thing. And the whole thing went on that. So that made me think of that because they was like, he don't know what he talking about.
I said that in 2010 and some folks got really mad at me about
yes. Mm-hmm.
And look at it. You know what I mean?
And it's beautiful up there.
It's there.
Yeah.
But I remember when I said that, folks was just like upset with me. I was just like, because again, like Joseph, like I said earlier, some folks just can't see the future.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And they only live in what they can see and not have the capacity to see beyond that. And it's all good. It's all love. Like I said, it's all love. I'm grateful for where I am, and I just hope folks are happy where they are. And if they are, cool. We just keep it moving over here, right?
Right. Keep it moving.
Let me see any other comments in the comment section. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I have always been kind of different. Yeah. and I'm embracing. I've always embraced that, but I'm really embracing that. Where I'm like, I'm not trying to be like somebody else, somebody prototype of what they perceive somebody should be. I'm
always been.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be that. Yeah, I'm not trying to be that. And some of that has been to my detriment, but I can only be who I am. That's what I'm happy about now that I'm really clear about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm clear about that. And so now, I look at some folks, hey, I'm just being me. If you got a problem with that, that's your problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely a problem.
I'm not going to fake for you. I'm not going to be
That's right.
for you. You know what I mean? So that's their problem, not mine. And we just keep it moving. Feel what I'm saying? I remember somebody had said something because I started making music, and somebody had said something to somebody. He trying to do music now, whatever. I'm like, yes, because I can. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, let's get up out of here. Hey, I appreciate each and every one of you. We're gonna go out of here with what are we gonna go? I think this is a good one. Home team.
Dancing in the night. Stories shared, they feel
Let me
so
bump
right.
that up. Yeah.
With every laugh,
hey, love y'all so much. Make sure you're getting connected.
Creating memories where
in
we
all of our
belong.
Everybody have a blessed week.
Home team
Everybody have a
vibes
blessed
where
week,
the heart finds grace. Lifted by friendship in this sacred space.
We are out of here. Love y'all so much.
Together
Home
we
team
stand
vibes.
through the highs and lows. In this circle
Peace,
of
everybody.
love, our spirit grows. Sunset whispers, the day's finally done. Laughter echoes, warmth from everyone. Waves